Hey, cycle breakers and barrier breakers alike. Welcome to the Fuck That Bullshit podcast, where we advocate, educate, motivate, and create a safe space for you to embrace the mental wealth of marginalized and disenfranchised communities. We are serving no bullshit knowledge, tools, strategies, and insights. And yes, we will be entertaining. Our goal each episode is for you to leave feeling empowered, ready to take action and make meaningful choices that pave the way to your abundant mental wealth. So enjoy, like, subscribe, share, and discuss. Make sure you save it too, just in case you want to look back at it and get some more tips and things. The PTBS podcast is for education, empowerment, and inspiration. It is not a substitute for therapy or professional mental health care. If you're in need of additional support, please reach out to a licensed mental health provider. Warning: the Fuck That Bullshit podcast is intended for mature audiences only. This podcast contains raw, unfiltered conversations about mental health, social issues, and breaking generational cycles. We keep it real, unapologetic, and explicit because healing and empowerment require honesty. We're going to have strong language and adult themes, unfiltered discussions on race, identity, and mental wealth, challenging bullshit narratives without censorship. So if you're easily offended, this might not be for you, and it's definitely not for kids. But if you're ready for bold, barrier-breaking conversations that empower, educate, and entertain, tap in and let's fuck that bullshit together. Let's go. Hey, my people. Welcome to the Fuck That Bullshit podcast.
Good evening.
Your favorite no bullshit therapist, Big Fred and Brian G. Money Turner.
What it is?
What's that? How y'all fellas doing today?
Living.
What's up?
Alive and struggling.
I'm struggling.
Yeah, goddamn it.
We ain't gotta struggle, bro.
Doing all right on this Sunday evening.
I hope y'all doing all right out there
For real.
in the streets and all that. Today we
Just
are focusing on being hopeful or hopeless, the power of hope. The fuck that penny with a hole in it bullshit. They say I'm no less. The penny with a hole in it. That my jam though.
It was a jam.
That was some smooth shit.
That
right
was
there.
the jam.
You know what I'm saying?
What that was?
I'm gonna listen to that song right after this podcast over with.
Right? Hey, what's her name? I looked up her name too to find that song because I was like, that used to be my jam. Is it Danny, somebody? Dang, I can't remember.
Yeah, the little movie with
I can't think of it.
Not Tay Diggs. What? No, what Tay Diggs?
No.
Lorenz Tate.
Yeah. Him and Neil Long.
Yeah. Ooh, that Neil Long.
Love Jones?
Yeah.
Was it Love Jones?
Yeah.
Okay.
I gotta love.
That was a good movie too. Yeah.
That was a good movie.
It was all right.
That's a good black love movie. That's a good black
was
love.
good. You ain't like it?
It was all right.
It was all right. You need to go watch that again.
Yeah, you might have to go watch that shit again.
You know,
I did watch it.
Where you was in your life at that time. You know what I'm saying? Because, maybe you couldn't get it because, I hope this like a penny with a hole in it.
And then, you know what? That's when we was black.
I can pick up. Yeah.
We wasn't niggas then. You know what I mean? We had quality ass movies.
No.
He said he told that he did that poem. rhythm in your left eye and something else in your right. Like,
exactly. Nigga was
that was
saying
good
that.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, good movie, man.
Well, we gotta do a show about good black movies, bro.
Right. Because I want to talk about
Yeah,
what is shot us.
Yeah.
Boy, that shit was the worst dumb shit I ever seen in my fucking life, boy. That shit was so fucking. I never finished it. I never finished it. I tried to watch it, you know, trying to be down and shit.
Yeah.
I made it through maybe
you
like
about the movie with the Jamaican dudes.
Yeah, with the Jamaican dudes. Yep.
Oh Lord,
never finished it.
That's little Fred's favorite movie. Oh
Honestly,
my goodness,
anybody's
he watched that movie like 100 times. I tried to watch it. I'm like, man, I couldn't even do it.
Asking what is it about the movie? Like
it
what
was trying to be. It looked like, from what I saw,
a poor man Scarface.
But not, yeah, but it was like they was pulling from
Oh,
everything.
you know what? I never thought about
it was
that.
trying to be like Belly, but Belly was it was a very classy ass movie with a dope ass ending. That ending threw me.
It
threw me for a loop.
Yeah, I ain't never watched it.
Yeah, what, Belly?
Yeah.
You never watched Belly?
I ain't never watched Belly.
Yeah,
what?
Belly was,
don't play my, don't take my black card.
Shit, you ever seen Soul Plane? You know what? We all gonna have to
Soul Plane.
I can't stand Soul Plane.
I hate Soul
we
Plane.
all have to.
Never seen in my goddamn life. Well, like, Melissa loved that shit, but she's just Kevin Hart fan. So she's
that's why. Okay.
Yeah. I'm like, this is some raggedy ass shit.
It was. It really was.
That shit.
But everybody need a raggedy movie.
Soul Plane was trash.
Yeah, no, you had to start somewhere.
Soul Plane should have went straight to Tubi.
That shit should.
It just should
straight to Telemundo.
Oh my God!
Should have got out of here. Pack it up.
Oh my God! Yes, indeed. Indeed. So we're gonna talk about hope today, and the thing that sparked this, Fred a few weeks ago sent this clip that made me think about it. So check this out, and we can talk about what you feel like after that.
Up. Let's say they listen to the cops and get in the car. Look what happened to Freddie Gray.
Yeah, and what if they make it all the way to the station? You remember Sandra Bland?
And let's say they do make it to trial. You see where that gets us? Don't you get it, Bo? The system is rigged against us.
Maybe it is, Dre. But I don't want to feel like my kids are living in a world that is so flawed that they can't have any hope.
Oh, so you want to talk about hope, Bo? Obama ran on hope. Remember when he got elected? And we felt like maybe, just maybe, we got out of that bad place and made it to a good place. That the whole country was really ready to turn the corner. You remember that amazing feeling we had during the inauguration? I was sitting right next to you. And we were so proud. And we saw him get out of that limo and walk alongside of it and wave to that crowd. Tell me you weren't terrified when you saw that. Tell me you weren't worried that someone was going to snatch that hope away from us like they always do. That is the real world, Bo. And our children need to know that that's the world that they live in. Let's finish watching. Let's see what they're gonna say next.
Man, if that ain't the truth.
If that ain't the truth. When I saw that, the first thing as I'm watching it again, I had the same feelings.
Yep.
As
And that's
I did
crazy.
watching him walk that street. Because all I could think of was, man, I'm excited because they let us have it. They let because understand they let us have it, right? And so I said they let us have it. Now when they gonna take it away?
Yep.
Because that's what they do.
Yep.
And the whole 4 years I was like, every time he appeared somewhere, I was like, they're gonna shoot him.
Yep.
They're gonna shoot him. They're gonna take him out.
Just looking at that scene, had that same fear.
Feeling.
That same fucking fear.
Yeah. You know, and so that that made me realize how important that hope is, right?
Right.
And
Right.
stuff. Oh, what happened, Fred?
That's
So
his
like
internet.
Mhm.
That's his internet.
internet again.
Now, that was user error. That was user error.
But
I clicked
but yeah,
myself out the studio.
I had such a. I'm like, we need hope. We need hope, right? It's necessary for us to move forward, because if you feel like a penny with a hole in it, you
Right.
don't do nothing. You don't move. You don't take action. You just sit, right? And you let shit happen to you because you feel like you don't have control. But if you have some sort of hope and something to look forward to, or something bigger and all that, then you move. Like you hold on tighter and all that,
Right.
and stuff like that. So I thought we could come
Right.
from different aspects, a reoccurring theme is always going to be, Christianity, religion, stuff like that. But let's start with, Black folks and oppression, because that we always going to talk about that,
Right.
So from slavery, which is not our beginnings, but that's the part that we talk about. So like, we needed hope in order to get out of that. Otherwise we wouldn't have made it through that, right?
Right.
And so I'm gonna read a poem. I found my book, the selected poem of Langston Hughes, which brought me to that space too. Hope like this is called The Negro Mother. Children, I come back today to tell you a story of the long, dark way that I had to climb, that I had to know, in order that the race might live and grow. Look in my face, dark as the night, yet shining like the sun with love's true light. I am the child they stole from the sand 300 years ago in Africa's land. I am the dark girl who crossed the wide sea, carrying in my body the seed of the free. I am the woman who worked in the field, bringing the cotton and corn to yield. I am the one who labored as a slave, beaten and mistreated for the work that I gave. Children sold away from me, husbands sold too. No safety, no love, no respect was I due. 300 years in the deepest south, but God put a song and a prayer in my mouth. God put a dream like a steel in my soul. Now through my children, I'm reaching the goal. Now through my children, young and free, I realized the blessings denied to me. I couldn't read then, I couldn't write. I had nothing back there in the night. Sometimes the valley was filled with tears, but I kept trudging on through the lonely years. Sometimes the road was hot with the sun, but I had to keep on till my work was done. I had to keep on, no stopping for me. I was the seed of the coming free. I nourished the dream that nothing could smother. Deep in my breast, the Negro mother. I had only hope then, but now through you, dark ones of today, my dreams must come true. All you dark children in the world out there, remember my sweat, my pain, my despair. Remember my years heavy with sorrow, and make of those years a torch for tomorrow. Make of my past a road to the light. Out of the darkness, the ignorance, the night. Lift high my banner out of the dust. Stand like free men supporting my trust. Believe in the right. Let none push you back. Remember the whip and the slaver's track. Remember how the strong and struggle and strife still bar you the way and deny you the life. But march ever forward, breaking down bars. Look ever upward at the sun and the stars. Oh, my dark children, may my dreams and my prayers impel you forever up the great stairs. For I will be with you till no white brother dares to keep down the children of the Negro mother. That's right. And that's right.
That's
All
nice.
right.
That's a poem of hope, right?
Right.
Because
Right.
she's struggling through.
Right.
She knows in her womb she carries the hope of the future. So if she
Right.
don't make it through, then we don't make it through, right?
Right.
I think that's what Black people have always had, We've always had that level of which is why Obama could run on hope, right? Because that's what we
Exactly.
need.
Right.
That's what we need, right? So when does that become a problem? When does our hope become a problem?
Well, I think it becomes a problem when. Well, I think it becomes a problem when the hope doesn't have action. When hope is just.
It's just hope.
I'm a wait on Jesus.
Right.
Right. When it's just hope, or when we put our hope so much into another person to the point where that hope becomes a financial burden. You know,
Okay.
it's like
Okay,
you
that makes sense.
at that point you buying hope.
Right.
You know,
Right.
but yeah, I think that's when when we start hitting those brick walls while still
Okay.
hoping at the same time. You know.
Right. That makes sense. That makes sense. What about
Okay.
you had something else, Ray?
Huh?
So what about like
Yeah, I mean, I think. Oh, I'm sorry. You had a little lag there. No, I mean, you think about hope. Like we all hope. Well, I hope my mom will get well. I hope when Obama got elected,
mhm,
people hoped that he was gonna come into office and change everything.
mhm.
Mhm.
I can remember vividly, like I've just heard it yesterday. People got mad because they thought as soon as he hit the office, like
Yes.
everything was going to change. We was going to be able to do this, and we was going to be able to do this. I hate to say this, but I heard people say I thought I was going to be getting more food stamps and all that. I'm like,
Oh my God.
Yeah.
no, like that man can't. That man can't just walk in the office and magically change everything to be in our favor.
Right.
And I'm like, no, let him do his thing. Let the man, let him cook. He got to work with two different branches of the government to
Right.
get the way he need to go. So I think a lot of times people kind of like riding off of what Brian said. They put their faith in the wrong person, or they put
Mhm.
all their faith in
All
a
the faith. Right.
person and then
Right.
expect them to just do everything, just
Right.
do it all. I'm gonna sit back. You got it. You do it. I'm gonna wait, and then if it don't work, I'm just gonna blame you because nothing
Mhm.
that I wanted to do
Right.
worked out because of you.
But but on a controversial tip,
Let's go.
what we've seen with our
Mhm.
own self eyes.
Self eyes.
I got that from you, Shawnnell. But what we've seen is in reality though, he could have got in there on
Right.
day one and started making buku changes
Right.
because
But he
we
would have
just
had to be
watched.
radical to do it.
Exactly. So he could have, but did he want to be
Yeah,
that kind of person, for a lack of a
Right.
better word?
Right.
Did he
Right.
want to be that kind of
Because that
person?
depends on what kind of plan you have, right? And
Exactly.
so you could get
Exactly.
in because he could have got in and did a
Right.
Trump right now,
And
right?
yeah,
Because
and just slammed
Trump
a
is
bunch of
radical, right?
executive.
Just let me
right.
do
Yep.
this,
Yeah,
right? And
Yep.
all that. One, looking at the climate, they really would have shot him. They would have got rid of
Facts.
him immediately.
Facts.
That'd have been a wrap. So
Facts.
he had to play the long game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm gonna get in, I'm gonna do what I can without stepping on too many toes, but doing what I can do, like, and all that. And so that there's so again that's the if I'm gonna run on hope, I can't run on hope, get in here and start shaking shit up and then they get rid of me because I know what game I'm playing,
Right.
right?
And you know who you're playing with.
And you
You
know
know.
who you playing
right.
with,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, but um that I think, like you said, putting all the hope in a person too, because they did some of that same stuff with Martin Luther King and
Yeah.
Malcolm X and any other Black leader where we like, and then right now we're looking at the same thing. What the Congress lady name is? We was talking about
Crockett, Jasmine Crockett.
Yeah. Everybody like, because she needs to. No, not she needs to. We need to, right? Because Martin Luther King wouldn't have made the moves that he was able to make without the community participating in that thing. He could get up there and preach all day long. He could say 10,000 things from the pulpit, from a stage or whatever. But if I don't have the participation of the people taking action, that's where the real hope lies. You have to be hopeful enough to take the action to do the thing, right?
Right.
What's the difference between hope and faith?
Oh.
Yeah, that was a good one, huh?
Well, it seems to be. They seems, they real close together.
It's a thin line.
They rolling side by side, and it's a very thin line. But to me, hope it takes some. You have to see something in order to hope for something. Yeah, you know what I mean. You there has to be, what I'm saying, some kind of drive,
something to like.
Right. You got
the hope.
Right. Exactly. So you got to kind of, that don't look right. And then you start working towards with the hope that you're going to change that thing to a more positive outcome for you or for your
to a reality of something.
Right. Whereas faith is clearly defined as believing in things unseen.
Right.
Right. So faith kind of falls on, that's not right. And then I'm going to pray and be still.
And I'm going to just leave it at, right. I'm going to let it roll. Right.
And let that thing, work itself out.
Because faith is, it's going to work itself out. And hope is like, you need to be doing something to make it. Yeah. And I see the difference too, when you saying like, it took for Obama to do the thing for us to have the hope in that thing. Where faith is kind of like, it's gonna work out like it need to work out.
Right.
So I'm gonna leave it in God's hands.
Right, I'm gonna put it in. Jesus, take the wheel.
Take the wheel. Yeah, that's stuff. Yeah. Okay, so that makes sense. Because that Bible say faith is the substance of things hoped for.
Right.
So so I got to believe in it unseen. And then when I start to see things, then I develop the hope.
Yeah.
Right.
Peace be still, dang it.
Keep it still, baby. Keep it still. So like, let's talk Harriet Tubman.
Right. Awesome lady. Inventor of the subway. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. That Underground Railroad and all that. And I tend to tell, I talk to my team before and have talked about how I liken myself in my practice.
I need to collect a full.
Oh wait, that was me. My bad.
I liken myself. Somebody asked me about that. Somebody said, "Y'all got that sound?"
Yeah.
But like I liken myself in my practice stop playing with this. You with the audio and Fred with the video.
With the video.
But I see myself in my practice as a combination between Harriet Tubman and Malcolm X.
Hey man, I left the video alone.
You did. But like I see myself as both of those, and I say that because I want to free my people from the mental health bullshit, but do it by any means necessary. So that's removing whatever barriers, right, and all that. And so coming into my practice, I give people hope. Like, you know what? If you lose your job, you still gonna have your therapist. We're gonna figure this out. Right. And all that. And so, you ain't got no transportation. We gonna do it virtual. Just turn your damn phone on, and so it gives a bit of hope because I'm showing them that it's possible. Right. And all that. And so Harriet did the same. Every great leader did the same. But Harriet also had those people who didn't want to go.
Right.
They wasn't interested. What's better than what we got right here? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Wait,
what they said? What they said?
Put that back up there, Fred? Faith is it. You know what?
True.
And that's what we found when we was researching this week. Is most of it is connected to
Real
religion,
disagree.
Christianity, and church stuff.
Right. And it was difficult to find subjects of hope not wrapped around religion.
Right.
You know? You need to come on the show and voice that opinion.
You absolutely can if you want to.
There you go.
To me, hope is wanting everything to be okay, but faith is knowing that everything will be okay. That makes sense.
That's quality.
Oh, I like this.
That's a quality statement. Because
that is, you know.
That is true. Because when people moving on faith, ain't no question it's gonna be what it's supposed to be.
Right.
Well, that is true.
Right.
Huh.
You know, and so that
well, we just go ahead on and say that. I said that.
Yeah, I like
that
answer.
Yeah. Brian, go take that credit.
I love our viewers. Right? But I'm like Ice Cube on Jacking for Beats. Say something cool. I'm snatching it. No, just kidding. I want to give you a shout out because that was good.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Yeah. You know, let me show you this one also about how Obama inspired and gave us some hope.
I wasn't prepared with notes and shit, but I should have just. He said, "Well, tell me one good thing that Barack has done for Black people," and he did a lot of things for Black people. First of all, he changed how we feel about ourselves.
He gave hope. Yeah,
that was something. The greatest thing happened to my mama. She lived long enough to see a Black man be president of the United States. You know, thank God he got in for this motherfucker, because if this guy gets in, he will become an emperor because he can do what he wants to.
And that,
it's interesting how everybody called that.
Yes.
Since the first run. Mm-hmm. And I ain't gonna lie, I was more comfortable with 2020 Trump than 2025 Trump.
Yeah, absolutely.
2020 Trump was more entertaining, if not.
Absolutely.
2020 Trump surrounded himself with political people.
Right, people knew what was happening.
So when he was getting ready to step across that line, they like, whoa, you can't do that. Now he just surrounding himself with people that's gonna do whatever the hell he want to do. Whatever he want to do, they gonna roll with it. If you listen to you listen to Vance, you listen to his press secretary, anybody who's like a hardcore Trump loyalist, all they do is repeat the same thing over and over and over again. They never say nothing different.
You can tell the language of people. Like you don't have to. They don't have to tell you they're a Trump supporter because they speak Trump language, Trumpese.
Right.
They speak Trumpese.
Yeah.
They say stuff like the apps from China, like they say the same phrases and all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, because that's how I figured out. Somebody I worked with was a trumpet, and because as soon as I said something, and really wasn't even talking to her, but as soon as I said something, the first thing she said was, "Well, when Joe Biden," I said, "Let's stop right there.
Stop right there.
You're not even talking about Joe. Joe ain't even here. So you're gonna talk about somebody ain't even here. You can't justify your man shit.
Right.
You don't need to pull back on nobody else.
Every time.
Always.
Right.
Always.
And I watched and I love these little reporters. They be out and they be asking the Trump.
The crazy ass questions.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
The one I saw that was hilarious was they did a little switcheroo. They asked them questions about the actions were Trump actions, right? But they threw Biden name in there, right? And so they was
saw
that one.
Yep.
And so they flipped it around. First they said, "Oh, how you feel about it? About Biden doing blah 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 and this and that." And there was a Trump action. And, oh no, like because he got dementia and da 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 da. And it was like, "Oh wait, I messed up. I did that wrong. Can I do it again?" Yeah, you can do it again. Same question. Flip it to Trump.
Yep.
And they justified it. Like they justified.
And I mean, it was instant. It was instant.
That same question. Change the name.
Yeah.
All right. And all that. And so that said a whole lot to me. That said a whole lot, right? Because you're not being objective at all. And I will say this much as I'm not gonna lie to like nobody. When I voted for Obama, much of the reason was because he was black, and I wanted to see us win
Facts.
in that space.
That's a fact.
I'm not even gonna lie about that, right?
Right.
What he did when he was in there, I thank you for what you could do and what you
Right.
was able to do and all that, and what you couldn't do. But yes, I voted for him because he was black, and
Right.
part of me voting for Kamala was also because she was black and she was a woman, and I want to see us in those positions. It's like,
Right.
what's her name? Y'all know her. Off the, she says, when they every time they ask on the red carpet who you going for, she said everybody black.
Oh yeah.
Issa Rae.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
know, because that's how I feel. I'm
Oh.
going for everybody black,
Mhm.
right? And so, in doing those votes and casting my vote for that side, I was voting from that hope that, you know, something different would happen, at least
Right.
us in position, even if it's just a representation of that person. They're giving people hope, right? And
Right.
all that. So that brought up something this past week when we were talking about that Fred mentioned about the other side. You remember what that was, Fred?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Does anyone think that the same way Obama gave us hope for white America, do you think Trump gave them hope?
Especially those that's not.
Could what he was saying, because his whole target audience was poor, rural, white America.
Right.
Because the Republicans usually don't target them.
Right.
They don't
So,
worry about the rural vote that much.
yeah. So I can believe that. I definitely can believe that when you said that last time, like, it's very well possible that just because he's a white man and you know, I'm in rural America and I'm a little poor white person, but the fact that he is white and, you know, they align themselves and they put themselves in the same, like, because they don't recognize it's an economic game, right? They don't recognize it's all of us at the bottom against the people at the top versus, you know, the black, white, and others, right? And all that. And so,
well, they do now, but
some of them
yeah, they didn't in the
they
moment.
do now.
They're learning it now, right?
Because he gave rural America everything that he was talking about, bringing back this, bringing back that. I mean, at one point in his first run, he talked about bringing back coal, bringing back the steel stuff.
Yeah.
That was all rural middle America. That's what put them in the middle class.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when
all
Detroit
that stuff went away.
when Detroit was kicking ass, you know, when they was building cars in Detroit, black people, white people, everybody came up. Just move Detroit, learn how to build a damn Chevy Impala, and you could be all right. It was almost, the poverty level was low as shit. You know what I'm saying? And then we stopped making shit.
Yeah.
Just buying shit from everywhere else.
Right.
But that's because corporate America wasn't making no big money off us building our own
little people was making that great hourly rate. Like small towns had factories and all that stuff. And so they were thriving. And when those factories shut down, everything went downhill for all those small places.
100.
Right. You know, and then they turned back into. Go ahead, Fred. I know we got a little delay in between.
I know. That's his internet.
Yeah, he keeps saying it was my internet. Yeah. I got my Ethernet connected.
I am connected. I'm connected to the modem, so it ain't my internet.
You gotta
say that.
I'm sitting right there.
Look at that. He delaying right now. Got that family dollar modem.
Yeah.
But no, because you remember, like
I
Forget y'all. Man.
we ain't hear shit he said.
But no, if you watch like if you watch like the history of Motown, they kind of give you a history of Detroit.
Yeah, it was booming.
How Detroit was like everybody was moving from the South and all of that and going to Detroit back in the 50s and the 60s and the 70s.
Yeah.
Right.
That's where all the money was at.
Right.
But then we were making our own steel. But like Brian said, we wasn't making a shitload of money back. They wasn't making like boatloads of money back then.
No. The companies were making money. Your
but it's
stockholders,
the stockholders,
right? Yeah, your stockholders wasn't making no money,
right?
You
because that's where the shift comes. The shift comes with the stockholders making what they want to make, right?
Right. Once you exporting and importing, then you
I got that.
but not the worker,
right?
Yeah.
And the way to make more money is pay the worker less.
Exactly. Yep. You got to cut it from the bottom.
Yeah.
So the issue there, like, because again, so in any migration that you've seen. Also, like again, that's hope. Okay, well,
right.
They building this stuff over here. Let's move to this place or whatever. You know,
right.
When Atlanta became the place for Black people to be.
I was just about to say that. Yep.
Yeah. Everybody moved to Atlanta because guess
moving,
what? That's
moving with that hope.
We can possibly prosper in this place, right? You know, and then we got out there and we got bougie. And
Lord Jesus, them Atlanteans. Shit. Man, Raven went out there, man. My daughter went out there and changed up, got longer hair. Think she got light skinned.
Who are you now? Don't let hope get you fucked up. Okay.
It's like I don't eat gumbo. You
don't eat gumbo. You know, because shrimp are bottom feeders.
Dude, they are.
Nah, she's still
shrimp are catfish because they are bottom feeders. Okay, thank you. Like. You too much for shrimp? Okay, cool. Let's see what happens when they snatch your stuff away, because that's what they like to do. You know.
Yeah.
So I think also moving, because I gotta talk about the mental wealth of the thing and all that. What I also see in the mental health space is especially for people of color, that I feel like a lack of hope is a great exasperator of the depression and the anxiety, and because now, and I mentioned on one of the other shows how there was somebody who was writing their report and kept saying, "Oh, well, he don't have coping skills," but instead he couldn't pay his bills, so he felt hopeless when he felt like he couldn't do anything else. He could not, when he was at the wit's ends and he couldn't see any hope anywhere. He let go, right? And much of my criteria for somebody who feels suicidal is, do you feel helpless, hopeless, and worthless? If those three components all are there, usually that person is like, I'm out. I'm done with this. Right. So if you can get them to find something, anything to be hopeful for, then you usually can get them to stay on this side.
Right.
You know, and sometimes it's show up every week in therapy and let's talk about it. And that's a little bit of just a smidgen, just a mustard seed, y'all, just a mustard seed. I'm gonna keep going back to the religion.
It's there.
Look, y'all, they got good stuff in the book, okay?
They do.
And all that. You just gotta use it right. You know.
Use the parts that's useful to you.
That's useful for you at the appropriate times and all that. So switching gears, when we talk about hope not being good when you don't have action, hope can also be used to oppress. Hope can also be used as a tool to keep you in your place. And I think that's where our religious thing can kind of, we ain't going to talk all the way about that because we're going to have a whole show about that. But
that religion.
But like Christianity and religion has used hope as a means of oppression, right? Hold on to God's changing hand, but you ain't gotta do nothing, just pass the plate. I'm gonna talk to God for you.
That's right.
We're gonna work it out and you're gonna be just fine. You just stay and have hope.
Exactly. And if you ain't paying your tithes, your blessings will not get answered.
Unfold. It will not unfold, right? You know. I watched something during the week that said we are hope addicts as Black people. We're addicted to hope.
I don't think we're addicted to it. I think we're
I
geared
think we are.
toward.
I think we are.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's a debate. Go.
Yeah, no, huh? Yeah, okay. But I don't. All right, let me go. Let me go first.
No.
I don't think we're addicted to it. I think that
Go ahead. You go first.
Because you're lagging. That's why you said what you just said way later. Dollar General has modem. but I think we're acclimated to it. I don't think it's an addiction. I think it's our natural go-to because
what else have we had?
Exactly our whole American experience has been based on hope. Yeah, it's been based on hope. Right. And we went from slavery, the pig laws to Jim Crow, which Jim Crow pretty much still going on today. It just look a little better. Yeah. But and even now we have the hope. Most people, a lot of people are saying like, look, I ain't making no noise. Just gonna wait these 4 years out.
Right.
And hope that something that things get better comes along. And you know what I mean? And it doesn't even have to be better. It just needs to not be this. You know?
Makes sense.
Go ahead, Fred.
3 seconds. 4 seconds.
All right.
A while to get the signal.
I think the majority of Black people are addicted to hope because if
I bet he said some good stuff, man. I want to apologize to our viewers.
Oh, y'all.
I do, man.
We're gonna upgrade as much as we can.
We're gonna get Fred a better modem.
That's why we need y'all to like and follow and share. Get money up so we can get a new modem.
Like, we not asking for money, but we'll take it.
We'll take it because Fred needs a new modem. Go on, Fred.
Ain't nothing wrong with my modem, man. But no, I think a lot of Black people, I think the majority of Black people are, it's in everything, no matter what going on. If something going bad at the job, they're hoping they get better. If their children not act, hope they get their shit together. Just about anything, it gets to a point to where they won't even take action. It's just, I'm gonna just sit back and hope everything work out. If it work out, it work out. If it don't, it don't. And they don't take no action. I have friends, family members that will just sit back and hope everything is okay. And I'm like, get off your ass and do something. Bills is not gonna get your car fixed. It's not gonna do none of that.
I feel that.
I hope too. I hope this can get better. Now let me figure out something to make it better. That's my next step. And I think a lot of Black people don't even take that step because it's ingrained in them. Generations. Generational curses.
Generational curses. A whole nother show. Jot that down. He gonna clip about the danger of hope right quick.
Danger of hope. The danger of hope. The key thing with dopamine, I think, that encapsulates the most of it is this notion of reward prediction error, which is very simple. If you are excited and anticipating something, you are generating some internal sense of the probability of it happening. We're going to the ice cream store, kids. Let's go. We're going to have ice cream. We have ice cream. It's closed. The disappointment that they experience actually brings them far lower than they would feel, much more sad than they would feel than had you not told them you were going to get ice cream, which speaks exactly to what you were saying, that it's an anticipation signal. So dopamine's going up, we're going to get ice cream, and then no. So it drops below baseline. They would have been better off being not told they were going to the ice cream store. Just drive right by it.
Thoughts?
Well, his example was whack because if we go into the ice cream store, I'm gonna say, "Yo, y'all want some ice cream?"
Ice cream, right?
To the ice cream store. But
you turn it into a bigger thing,
right?
And, or like say, like we talking about election stuff, right? And all that. But I think that's dangerous too, though, right? It's dangerous to not, because then I won't take any action if I don't have any hope for the thing, right? I'm hoping it's gonna work out, right? Because again, what he's talking about is outside of the kids' control, right? They have no action that they can take.
Exactly.
Or like they just depending on that parent that says that we're gonna go to get ice cream, and maybe we don't. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna be real sad and disappointed, right?
Mm-hmm.
However, even in that example, to me, for the kids, you said, but like then, like, Dad, what can I do to get the ice cream? Can we go next time? Like, I think there's still gonna be hope there the next time around if we're going toward the ice cream store, right?
Yeah, exactly. Them kids gonna Google that damn ice cream store and find out what time they close and gonna be like, we need to go before 4 o'clock.
Right.
Because damn it, they close at 4.
Right, because what happened last time. Right.
Right.
So I understand the physiological thing of that, like the dopamine part. Yeah, I'm gonna be disappointed it's gonna be in the ground, right? And all that. But I still have hope that the ice cream does still exist. The store still exists. My parents still got a car.
Right.
I am still hopeful that another day, if not like tomorrow,
if not
the next day, try to figure out how to get to this ice cream.
Right. His example was bad.
He had a bad example because the ice cream store closed. Yeah, go ahead.
But a better example would have been like right now, the current climate.
Mm-hmm.
Our hope for things to get better is based on a fear that things are going to get extremely worse.
Right.
You know what I mean? And those changes are completely out of our control because the people that create the laws and creates, our stable environment don't give a damn about us. Don't give a damn about us. Yeah. So we watching decisions being made and we're taking the actions that we can take, which are minimal. They're minimal. You know what I'm saying? Because even even voting, well, you see how that go. I don't, that's not even an avenue you can trust. So at the end of the day, and I have heard people a lot of people saying, well, I'm just gonna put it in God's hands. That's not them giving up hope, and that's not them saying I'm not gonna do nothing. But how much can they do? You got certain people that are activists, and they in these environments where they can, speak to 10,000 people at one time. Right. But the average person can only speak to people within their environment. Right. That's it. And and everybody in that environment is not on their side. So it's on now that number of people gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And all these people are paying bills, going to work, taking care of their family. So they can't be out there in the street. And protesting is what? Protesting is voicing our opinion on how we feel. It doesn't naturally create change.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't. There's no guarantee of change because the powers that be are no longer afraid of the protest. The protests had power at one time. Yeah. But they're no longer afraid of the protests, and they're shutting protests down left and right. Because we no longer have that type of leadership. We don't have radical leadership. We have leadership that they kind of radical, but they do have rules that they have to follow. Whereas people like Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Stokely Carmichael, Huey Newton, them people didn't have to follow nobody rules.
Yeah, they just
why they eradicated that group. And so now we got Brother Umar, the Snow Bunny King. And they done basically joked him out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They done joked him out. He's a meme. You know what I'm saying? So I think his example was horrible. Because I know one time I went to my family and I said, man, I'm hungry. Y'all hungry? Yeah. Not cooking. Y'all want Chick-fil-A? They was like, yeah. And then Jaden said, today's Sunday. I was like, oh.
I got hit with the Sunday gut.
You know what I'm saying?
He's in the gut real hard.
But guess what? My children weren't depressed.
They weren't.
It just picked
No.
something else.
Something else.
You know what I'm saying?
Because the hope is that they still could eat, even if
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
There are options, right? And
I
what you
mean,
said
you
made
know,
sense.
yeah.
It made sense. But I'm going to challenge a little bit, even though there is, like you said, there's minimal that we have control over. There is, right? But I believe in the notion that baby steps work.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I agree.
99.9% of the time, unless a baby has a condition that keep them from walking, baby steps work. And they work to the point that that kid starts to run, right? And when that kid run and they trip over a stick, do they go back to crawling? No, because baby steps still worked.
Right.
And they get up and they kick the stick out the way and they run again, right?
Yeah.
And all that. And so every little bit that we like the protesting in the street, I don't think that's effective. Like they're doing it all over the world and it may be working in other spaces as far as I think that works for us as Americans when we can see it because they censor as much as they can because they don't want us to see it. But it works in the fact that it gives us hope that everybody all over the world also feel like this fool is a fool, right?
Right.
And so
right.
That's helpful for us to be like, okay, they get it, right? But there has to be a different type of protest. We protested with our voices, like you said, when we had leaders who could lead that thing, who could galvanize, who could make change in whatever way that they could make change, right? But now we have to protest in a different way because the voices don't matter because the people don't give a damn. You have to have somebody that cares, somebody that wants to hear what you have to say, right? So instead of doing it with our voices, now we should have never gave them niggas money because now we know how to protest with our money. We always did though. The more I research, the more I start paying attention. We've always protested with our money. We took our money and put it with us. And then again, they start burning and flooding and get rid of that shit because hell no. Right? So we've always known the economic power that we hold. We just got caught up, especially the young folk got caught up in the okie doke, and everybody wanna, get to have a big mansion with 17 rooms. Y'all know 17 rooms. It's hard to cool 17 rooms, people. I'm just putting that out there. You need 3-4 air conditioning units. So anyway, remind people what that look like. Who gonna clean up? That's what I think. Who gonna clean all this shit? I'm not doing that. Right? And then that you gotta hire somebody. Now you got the housekeeper all in your drawers. Like what the hell? Anyway. So like Kanye said, they taught us to hate ourselves and love their wealth, and therefore we got lost in the sauce. The economics that we gained should have always been poured back into ourselves. Should have always continued to fund our own things and all that. And now again, this is starting to help people galvanize, right? So as horrible as it is, but the systems that are being dismantled need to be dismantled. They need to be dismantled because they shitty ass systems, right? They're not for the people.
Right.
The methodology is horrible. The system needs to go, but the method that's being used is absolutely fucking horrible.
Right.
So it's not that what he's doing is a bad thing. It's just their goal and our goal are two different things.
Yeah.
So I want y'all to answer that question that Fred asked though out there. Do you think that the rural white folks got hope when he got up in there, and that's why the vote went where it went, because he gave them hope in him that he was going to do what they wanted him to do, just like Obama gave us hope, right? What else I got over here? This is how important hope is. This is a scientific experiment.
Yes, there is fear. However, within all this uncertainty, there's hope. In the 1950s at Harvard University, Dr. Kurt Richard conducted an experiment with rats called the Hope Experiment. In this experiment, Dr. Richard placed rats in a pool of water to see how long they would swim for before drowning. Now granted, These experiments are cruel and unusual. During his first trials, he found that the rats would swim for about 15 minutes before. So he conducted a second trial. This trial was different in the sense that he would place the rats in the water, then he would take them out after a short period of time, then he would dry them off, let them rest for a bit, and then place them back into the water. Now the findings are shocking. Before, the rats lasted 15 minutes before drowning. Now the rats lasted 60 hours. So in a sense, the study depicts that when you have hope, when you know that you can be saved, you can go way beyond the limits that you've ever thought that you could. 15 minutes to 60 hours. The average lifespan for a laboratory rat is between 2 to 3 years. But a rat in the water with no hope and fear, 15 minutes. But a rat in the water with hope, 60 hours. Compared to its lifespan, that's a large portion of its life. Can any one of you, by worrying, add a single hour to your life? Or God gave us?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at that
That's
thing
power
with
of
that
hope.
experiment.
That is the power of hope, right? Moving from 15 minutes to 60, not 60 minutes, 60 hours. Just because
Yeah,
they got
if you
taken out of that water for a few minutes and dried off, it gave them enough hope to swim for 60 hours.
yeah, because they felt like they knew or hope somebody was gonna come back and get them.
Yeah.
That's like if you stuck if a tornado hit Austin today and y'all stuck in your house. If you hear somebody say, "Hey, we're trying to get you out," you're gonna do everything that you can do to stay alive so that they can get you out of there.
Yep. That's what hope look like. And you're gonna stay alive for as long as you
And
possibly can because you
and
know
yeah,
somebody's out there trying to grab you. Yeah.
and that goes back to what Brian said about the people that's like, look, we're just gonna ride these 4 years out. You know, we know the majority of people know you only here for 4 years. I just gotta make it for 4 years.
Right.
Somebody, another Republican or Democrat, somebody coming, anybody is going to be better than you.
Yeah.
Because
I should
nobody is gonna get elected that's got the Trump mentality after this. I can guarantee you that. Because just like with the hope that I was talking about for rural white America, all these programs and stuff that's getting dismantled, that supported them.
Yeah.
Right.
All those programs supported them. And now he didn't snatch the rug from over them. And when they saying, "Hey, I voted for you," he's selling Teslas on the front lawn of the White House.
Right. Right.
He don't even care.
That is Tesla.
He can't. I mean, he buying a Tesla that he can't even drive. When you're the president, you can't drive yourself nowhere.
Yeah, you're not allowed to drive.
Yeah, you can't drive. Somebody take you everywhere you gotta go.
He want to do because he got the money he got. He the president. He can do what he wants. Can't tell him what to do.
Right.
You know, and
drive that Tesla.
And this is why they telling them don't go do in-person town halls.
Yeah,
because all these broke white people that's getting fucked over when when they firing people from the VA. Rich people don't work at the VA. Rich people don't go to the VA. They got private doctors that show up at their house. These farmers, it's not enough stuff for people to buy. They make their money selling stuff overseas. So when the USAID got dismantled, that was all their money they lost. They spent money expecting to get it back, and now the money gone.
Right.
DEI.
The other day say that and it's not affecting black farmers as much because black folks did not get that money to begin with.
Exactly.
Right.
So again,
yeah, we wasn't getting it to start off.
Wasn't getting it anyway. So it's like, we're gonna keep doing what we're doing, and hopefully us black folk will start going directly to farmers now. I'll be like, okay, give me a chicken.
Right. That's ready to lay eggs.
That's right.
I'm gonna give me a dozen eggs, then I'm gonna have some fried chicken.
There you go.
Chicken. DEI. We didn't benefit that much from DEI.
No,
black people.
we
didn't. We didn't. White women, all the foreigners that come over here, the Mexicans, they benefited off of that.
Yeah, we still
all these women. Yeah, all these women that was getting grants, DI. And most of them was white women opening up their own businesses.
Yeah.
So when y'all want to get rid of DEI and thinking that was, we still had to fight to get our stuff. So, okay, you dismantle DEI. Okay. All right. That's it.
Right.
That's it. I'm gonna keep doing the same thing. Now let me ask y'all a question, because I've seen a lot of people when we're talking about hope and how hope is getting destroyed across America. And all that, I thought this was a joke at first, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was a joke. I think everything on Facebook and Instagram is a joke. Okay. But when it's too many of them. When I see all these white people and all this and Mexican people coming on there looking for us.
Yeah.
That's real.
Protest, outrage. What do y'all think about? Yeah. When I saw Mexicans doing it, then I was like, okay, this is real. I noticed we're not protesting.
No, we at rest.
We have decided not to on purpose.
Yep, exactly.
On purpose. There's a call to not have action.
Right.
So my call to action, we are calling to not have, and we're reminding each other. Don't you put your black ass out there.
Because that's a whole nother campaign. It's a lot of campaigns out there where don't do nothing. I think I shared one thing where this guy was showing stuff that had happened, in Congress with the shutdowns. And he was like, don't go for the bait. Don't fall for it. Do not fall for it.
Because they're trying to draw us out.
Oh, yeah.
They are trying to draw us out of the house. I promise you. And you're right, Fred. I've seen white women come after black women and say, why y'all not out here? Hispanics, everybody has been like, where's the black people? We chilling.
Right. Yep.
We chilling. And there are lots of explanations over and over again. We have fought on behalf of all of us, right? We have fought on behalf of all of us for hundreds and hundreds of years.
Yep.
We got things changed. Y'all benefited. We didn't. Right. And when it was time for y'all to show up, y'all didn't.
Yep.
Y'all decided on the other side. You decided to flip to that side. So get what you voted for. Exactly. We already knew what was going to happen. We told you time and time again. We showed you through our actions and what was happening with us. Y'all kept saying we was lying. We was over-exaggerating. We played a black card. Everything can't be racist. It ain't that deep. All that kind of stuff, right? Now y'all get to see it for yourselves because, again, DEI don't equal black.
Yep, never did.
It don't.
Thank you.
It never did, right? And all of the things that we have helped you get in place that you are benefiting from that we still have to fight to do, right? We still had to go through discrimination. We still had to not get the job, right? Even though we're supposed to be able to get the job and just as highly educated or more educated.
Right.
Right.
You benefited and you didn't do it. So we're going to chill. We're going to absolutely chill, right? And the fact that even in small spaces, they keep their eye on us so incredibly much that now, there's a large proponent of white people getting caught for shoplifting in Target.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, yeah.
They've been stealing.
Exactly. This ain't new. You just was
Right.
watching the wrong person.
Yep.
You kept your eye on me, and Whitey was over here stealing you out of your mind.
Yep.
Stop looking at me. We all have the ability to steal, right?
And we all have the need and desire to. So
Thank you.
yeah.
it's a people thing, not a black thing.
It's not a black thing. It's a people thing. Again, it's a poverty thing. It's
Yes.
it's a not having enough thing and all that. So again, it's not black against white, against brown, against red,
Right.
against genders, and it's not none of that. It's top and down, it's up and bottom, it's top and down, right?
Yep.
And all that. It's rich folks and the rest of us.
Yep.
And until people, and this is our part, our black people's part of sitting back, means I need y'all to feel what we've been feeling.
Yeah.
I need y'all to feel what we've been feeling. And now that y'all get it,
But
maybe
you know
y'all will be
what?
on the right team. You'll get it. Because we're gonna be fine anyway. We know
But you
how
know
to
what?
be in that
This was one of this was one of our hopes. We used to hope a long time ago that other people could see what we actually going through.
Right.
I've
said
When they
it.
saw
You
it,
know, wow.
my
I
hope
hope
was that
I
they
hope one
felt
day
feel it.
Yep.
they could
Yeah.
feel it. Yeah. So now they feeling it.
Because nobody cares unless it's happening to them.
Exactly. And
Plain and
that's
simple.
across the board, just an honest fact. You
And
know?
that's for anything and everything.
Yep.
So now we're allowing them, because we usually step in as a middleman. We step in, we take the blows, right? When we go protest, they beating our ass, right? They putting us in jail,
Exactly.
right? They burn the shit down and telling and saying the black people started it. They drew a brick, right?
Yeah.
We ain't
Yeah.
doing shit, right?
Exactly.
But now you see that, because even the protests that have happened, ain't none of that stuff broke out. Ain't nothing got
Yep.
burned down. They ain't had cops out there with guns or bean bags. Nothing. None of it. That's because we ain't out there to take the blows.
Exactly.
We're going to chill.
Exactly.
We're going to
Right.
keep chilling and galvanize and create our own plan, right? We're going to boycott whoever we got to boycott. We're going to put our money where we need to put our money at, and show you where our power lies, because we have always been able to take care of ourselves. Always.
Yep.
Always.
Yep.
And they need to realize, and we don't want to do nothing to white people.
We don't care.
I get why they think that, but that only shows that you know how fucked up you've treated the black community.
Exactly.
And you believe that if we ever get to whatever level of power, that we're gonna do to you what you did to us. Nope, we want the same shit you want. We want to go get ice cream when they open. You know what I'm saying?
When they open.
We want to cut our grass, and we want to just live a regular ass life. Like that's it. That's it.
That's it. That's all we've ever wanted, right?
Yeah.
The freedom to be ourselves and do what we choose, right?
Yep.
But the need for power and control and dominion and all that stuff, that's got to be a gene. It's got to be like a brain cell. It's something, right?
Right. Because it's an odd thing for one particular group for so long to desire so bad, and so consistently, and and even the people that support them, their life don't change. You know what I'm saying?
They still be on the same train.
Exactly.
No.
I think that's where the difference in us lies too. If let's pretend Obama would have got in there and just ran roughshod and acted a fool and been stupid.
Right.
We would have left him hanging. He wouldn't have got in the second term. Because you fuck over us, then that's a wrap. You show us who you are. Cool. Who next? Right?
Right.
But they'll let themselves get fucked over. Like all of the things they put in place for us to suffer, for us not to gain stuff, has affected them in a negative way. They still vote for it.
Yep.
They still vote for it. They'd be like, okay, we're not gonna let black people into this space unless they got $10,000. But that means y'all gonna have to pay $20,000 to keep them out. Y'all willing to do that? Yeah, let's do that. You're willing to hurt yourself to keep another population from having even a smidgen of what they earned or they deserve.
Yep.
You're not even giving me nothing free. You're not giving me nothing I don't deserve.
Right. Exactly.
Because we built this place. We built this city. sorry. But like we built this place, so we earned it already. Like
Right.
it belonged to us already.
Yeah.
And you keeping us from what belongs to us, and you willing to suffer to keep us from having what belongs. That just don't make cognitive sense.
Nah, it don't. And they 100% invested in it. But
100%, 110.
I've come to believe, and it is my hope that you know, white people or any people that think that way, but that they would change that narrative. But it's almost like white America has no value without racism.
They
like
don't.
if there's not nobody to hate or be above, they don't have a purpose at all. Right. They don't. It's almost like they suddenly don't exist.
They don't exist.
You know,
right.
And it's crazy.
Right.
They
I
don't
saw
exist.
With this dude talking to this white guy, older white guy, and he asked like, because he was talking about like the things that's happening and all that, whatever, and he's asking him like, so, but why would you vote for him? And he was like, I'm not gonna lie to you, like, I voted for him because I want to preserve the white race.
Right.
Yeah, you posted that video. Yeah.
So I was like, I mean, thank you for being honest, right? Because the fact of the matter is, they are the minority.
Right. Yeah.
There are more of all of us put together than there are them, right?
Right.
And so Lord have mercy, we started interracial and all that. And now we mixing up all the things, right?
Right.
Because how come, you know, before that, like you don't want the intermingling and so on and so forth. We went from, you know, one drop of black blood mean you black, and now we questioning everybody's blackness.
Right.
But before, if you looked at a nigga, you was a nigga lover. That's what it was that simple, right?
It's that sense of control.
Yeah, it's a control.
Most nations like that, if you study war, the smaller nations like that, like Germany, Germany shouldn't have been as strong as there was. Russia, China, these were countries that they dominated, which is like 100 times bigger than Germany.
Right.
But they had this control over their people that they were the superior race. They were smarter, they were faster, they were stronger, and they just ran ruckshot over everybody else. Capitalism. Yeah. If everybody in America decided we're gonna do the right thing, you know what? We've been fucking over y'all black and brown people. You know, I can say the yellow people too because they brought them here to build a railroad.
Absolutely.
We're gonna give y'all what y'all deserve. Capitalism would die. Capitalism was built on slavery.
Absolutely.
Capitalism didn't exist. Without slavery, it would have never existed.
Yeah, absolutely. And so everything here is built on that. Everything. Right. And of course, because America is a business.
Yeah, America is definitely a business, 100%. And as soon as people realize that and start treating it like a business,
you know, but then remember they don't teach us that either. They don't teach us about business, right?
No,
but if you don't teach you how business work, then you'll never recognize it as a business because they're posing it as something else, right? And all that. So, like, because like in my business, I have hope that I'm gonna do the things that things are gonna happen and unfold, but that's right. Everything in our U.S. built off the backs of us. I have hope that the things in my business is going to do well and all that, but I have to put those things in action. I got to do the stuff. I got to take action and do the stuff in order for it to move forward. You know, so it can't happen outside of that. So do what you got to do, people.
God dang it.
Here's a little something about black folks working together.
I think what black people need to do differently is to work together in global unity. Now, I know that's far-fetched because all of our different sections and fractions, no, we're not a monolith, Freddie. No, we're not, but we're monolithically getting our ass kicked all over this planet. So it's an opportunity for us to say, hey, we got to put our differences aside and start to work together. This is the reason why my wife and I went and got our dual citizenship in Sierra Leone. We want to reconnect with the continent and to start building bridges so that we can start coming together. When this American experiment ends, I'm telling you, you're not going to want to be in the middle of it. So we want to start to create inroads to get out and away from these people as they continue to self-destruct.
I love that he said we monolithically getting our ass kicked.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
We are.
We have to.
We are.
Always have. So if something has to change, we have to do something different.
Well, it is my hope that the people with this big money stop. Wait, how are we lazy?
How are we lazy, but also built everything and make it make sense? Right, because that's the narrative they give us.
Yeah. But
and that's a narrative that they spin overseas to Africans. Oh, black people in America is late. We're lazy. We kill each other. We hate our parents. You know, that's the narrative that we spin. And like Brian said last week, when they show stuff about us, that's all they show.
All they can see.
They don't.
Yeah,
they don't show.
It's the imagery. Yeah, it's the imagery.
Yeah.
That's important.
Right.
But like what he was saying with black folks coming together, that's and you know that's the winner. That's the winner. But but you know it ain't, because as soon as they get some bread, that's it. Majority of them sell out. They well, what we was all talking about last week, they automatically start hitting up the American dream, and the American dream is a white thing. It's not. It's no longer a black thing. You get that money, you've conformed. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You've conformed.
Right. Yeah. They said we are lazy because we have done enough already, so we sit everything out. Yeah, and probably like that. That's how they feeling about us right now because we chilling. You know, we ain't doing that.
And what they don't get about the chill, what they don't get about the chill is like, why do we need to go out there and get busted in the head again?
Again.
So you could have some shit, and we still don't have. We
still
gotta triple qualify to work part-time at Home Depot. You know what I'm saying?
For $13.
And you know, because you're LGBT or because you're Hispanic or because and can speak English and Spanish. Right. That's how I was getting to that. Or simply because you're a white woman, couldn't even get a credit card on your own to the early 70s, that you can now get in. And my ass is still on the sidelines waiting. Right.
Yeah. When they asking where we are, we voted.
Yeah.
We did our thing already.
We showed up.
We showed up. Yeah, like we got women out here not wearing that 92% shirt. You know what I'm saying? Because we so I wasn't even gonna vote. I ain't gonna lie. Before Kamala got in there, like I wasn't gonna vote because I was like, for what? You know, and all that. So that changed me up a little bit and all that.
Right.
Because I felt like it was more of the same, 92%, baby. And stuff. So like we did show up. They didn't show up. And because they didn't show up, we're done with that. And I think it's perfectly okay for us to be done with that and focus on ourselves and each other and all. Like just like I did when Black Lives Matter happened and George Floyd got murdered. I was like, no, 95% of these seats in my office belongs to black folk, period. Right. Because, and now, again, okay, you're DEI, cool. Would that mean if I choose not to see white people, I don't have to? I'm not saying I won't. If you can handle the no bullshit, that is me, but I don't have to, right? I can choose that you're just not a good fit because that's not who I choose to work with, right? But you did that. You did that. You set it up so that I don't have to be fair either. And so I think that's the other deal is because they don't pay attention to the fact that it don't mean black. It don't mean you disenfranchising me again and all that. What you're doing now, especially with the tables flipped and us being in position and stuff like that. Now we got some money and we are middle class and we know how to do stuff. And oh Lord, we learn how to read, y'all.
Yeah.
And all that. And so we reading and writing books, Lord have mercy. And we building shit. We always been building shit and inventing stuff. And like, if we took away all that we did and created, and y'all would have zero, you can't get through a day.
Right.
You can't get through one day without something we did.
Exactly.
No, you can't.
So it don't mean like if I choose to withdraw myself, then you have nothing. So I think what you were saying earlier, Brian, is right. Without racism, they don't have a platform. There is nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Right?
Nothing
there's nothing to stand on. Right. There's nothing to stand on. So,
ooh, you know what? You know what I just realized?
You just realized
racism is their culture.
Yeah, well, yeah. I've been saying that since the mid 90s. Yeah. And it is.
Racism is that's how they identify themselves.
But skedaddling is their culture, man. Yeah, I'm gonna send y'all my video.
Okay.
On the rhythmic skedaddling. I'm telling you.
Oh, wait. I can't wait to hear about skedaddling.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get skedaddling coming soon.
Yeah, next show we're gonna run that skedaddling video, man.
Okay, all right.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
Here's what Michelle said.
And that is the power of hope. The belief that something better is always possible if you're willing to work for it and fight for it. It is our fundamental belief in the power of hope that has allowed us to rise above the voices of doubt and division, of anger and fear that we have faced in our own lives and in the life of this country.
But pay attention to what she said. If you're willing to work for it.
Yep. Work and fight for it.
And fight for it. Because you got to fight for it.
Yep.
And
that's exactly what hope is. It's action.
It's action. It's action. So if you're sitting around and you're like, I hope this changes, but you're not willing to make a change, right? I thought about that this week, because I did a good job participating in the Amazon boycott. I almost ordered a couple of things, and I was like, no, I ain't gonna do it.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
And I just did without
Amazon hard to boycott. Man.
It's hard to boycott. Oh my God, it's so hard, right? But conditioning, they got us. So, but it's gonna take time to deconstruct that. It takes time to recondition yourself and go in other routes, right? And so that's what I was practicing this week and stuff like that. But one thing I did was recognize through that. Every time I tried to get on and was like, "Ooh, I need to get," it made me stop and go, "Do I really need it?" So that's the first thing. Do I really, really need this thing? If I did need it, do I need it tonight? Because if you order it by 3 p.m. and you spend $25, you can get it by 9 p.m. Right?
Yeah, that is true.
And all that. But then I started thinking about all sides of it, right? Because you can't be justice minded when it's convenient, right? We can't want better when it's convenient. If I know Amazon is a company that is basically, raping the people, right? And stealing the money and overworking the workers, and we know about the conditions and all that stuff, right? If I participate in the system that's oppressing the people, am I any better than the people who are doing the oppressing, right? So you have to be mindful of that. As much as I want to get that package and get it right now, get it tonight, there's a worker on the other side of that. They got a truck full of stuff that they got to drop off for $120 a day.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And so I'm participating in that system. And so I'm contributing to the very thing that I say is wrong. And I can't believe they're doing that. But what am I doing to stop it? Right. And so knowing that, like, again, not saying it ain't hard because it's fucking difficult.
Yeah.
They got me with the, pay a membership. No, don't pay shipping. Get it in 5 minutes. Like that's like a dope fiend dream. Like you're like, oh yeah, right. But we need to make sure we don't lose the stories hot water, cornbread, and recipes, and we need to pass along perseverance. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. And
Yeah.
and that's
And
us having the hope in ourselves.
right. And that is good. I'm telling you, I like this
You like
person.
Rochelle?
Yeah, man.
She on my
Damn.
team.
Really?
She on my team, yeah.
Michelle?
Yeah, you had to, that
Oh.
girl is her brain is beautiful.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah. Not them hog maws. She said hot water cornbread in that hog maw.
But yeah,
I
because
like hog maws.
our culture and history is dying out. You know what I mean? Like our stories, they not there. You know what I mean? Because you look at it now, a lot of the the people on the forefront of things are the children. You know what I mean? They children.
Right.
So the adult leadership is really it's fading out. It's fading out. Like we do need to preserve that because they're already trying to dump it off anyway. Gonna have to dig holes to find out who we were. You know what I mean?
Right, because they already dump it as much as they can, right? And so it's up to us. And at this point, guys, we are the seniors, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so like we have to do something. We have to start doing things, which is why that's why we're doing a podcast too, right?
Right.
So we can talk about it and educate and get the word out and get people to start talking more and listening more about what we are missing as a people, as a community. Like, what do we need to do? Well, first we got to have conversations. We have to have our Black History moment, which we're about to have in a minute. But like talking about those things and educating each other on, no, this is what really happened, right? So you can have a sense of pride and hope and understanding of where you come from, because there's nothing like me looking back upon old things. Did y'all watch the 688?
Oh, Melissa just watched that the other night. She was telling me about it.
Yes, I watched that.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet.
That I cried. I was mad.
Yeah, you need to watch that, bro.
You gotta watch it because it's another example.
That was the like.
Yeah. Go ahead, Fred.
Yeah, you need to watch that, bro. You it's right up there with the Tuskegee Airmen.
Okay. Well, yeah. It's on my list to watch. I just ain't clicked on it yet.
Click that because like it gave me this like it was just more proof that like they do everything that they can to stop us, and then we exceed abundantly and above all.
Right. I mean, and that's the thing. We are formidable people. It's just that not enough of us know that we are formidable people.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, because real, I mean, we could actually start Wakanda, and if all of us just moved the fuck out, they'd have to close this fucking country down. They'd be like, damn, we can't do shit. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You know, and this comment here, like for us, because we're Gen X, right?
Yeah.
And
hey, let me know when you want to start Wakanda.
Yeah, shit.
And I feel like be honest with you, I feel like all this stuff is starting the same sense of Wakanda, right? Because Wakanda, like, it's a spirit of Wakanda. It's just Wakanda in a place is a spirit, right? It's it's us banding together and recognizing who we are, right? And how much power we really have, right? And so if we recognize our power, teach our children they have that power, and teach them how to use that power, which we are just learning how to use, really.
Right.
You know, we had that sense, like you would talk about in the 70s, that was a Black Power revolution. Recognize who you are and how you got there, right? Somewhere along the line, again, when they started giving us money, we lost it. We did. We lost they got us to get sucked up in their stuff, right? And so in order for us to gain that back, we have to gain us back.
Right.
You can't be out here and no offense to nobody that wear their 42-inch bust down weave, okay?
Yeah.
Right. But your afro is powerful.
Right.
Your afro is powerful, right? And all that.
Right.
Because I galvanize just as much, if not more, attention than somebody with their bust down weave down their back, you know, as I
Right.
do with my afro, right? Because I carry power when I walk in it, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so, and the idea of, which is a whole nother subject, the idea of looking European still,
Right. Right.
you know, and so again, like you have every right to wear your hair however the hell you want to wear it. That is completely up to you. Absolutely up to you. But you cannot deny that there's so much power in the natural hair and
Right.
your natural looks and, you know, just being who you authentically are. And I think we just need to work on getting back to that and helping people to understand who you really are. You know, what
Right.
if I am truly biologically, DNA-ly a descendant of Harriet? Like yes.
Right.
You know,
Right.
like how much power and pride would I have in it, right? You know,
Mm-hmm.
like, you know, because my like old girl said in the poem, my great grandmama, you know,
Right.
like understanding where we come from, and that's why they want to erase that. They want to get rid of that. I can't show you your power and your might and your, you know, what control you really do have over your life and everything around you. I can't show you that because you
Yep.
will overtake me, or you would, in the least, you'll leave me alone.
Yep.
In the
Yeah.
least, you'll walk away from me, right? And I can't have that because I need to continue to. I know the value in you, right? Cat
Right.
Williams said that on one of the things, that the liar knows what lies he told, so that's why
Mm-hmm.
he still pay attention to us, because I know exactly, who you are.
Right.
I don't want you to know who you are, because then
Yep.
I get to keep the power and control over you,
Exactly. Exactly.
right?
And that's the whole push. That's the
whole
whole push.
right? And if
You
I
know.
can keep y'all talking about dumb shit, you
Mm-hmm.
know, if I can
Yeah.
keep y'all worried
Yeah.
about what you bringing
Yep.
to the table,
Yeah, exactly. You know, and I'm looking
rather
for a high
than
value man.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, like
And
nah.
that's
Every
because
black
remember when
man
I
is
was
a high
saying
value man if you invest
that,
in it.
when I was saying like the
Yeah.
more I started seeing too much of that shit, I said, oh,
Yeah,
this is a move.
that's the gimmick.
This is a
That's the gimmick.
move,
Ooh,
right?
Yep.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Distraction.
It's like because can't be that many people that give a damn about this bullshit.
They don't.
You know what
They
I'm saying?
don't.
So
They don't.
yep.
No.
And then
If
you
a
get the
rapper,
people that's caught up. You get people either that's trying to conform
uh-huh,
or the people that have the hope that
uh-huh.
everything just all right. Like I
So
got
they just
time
sit
to
back.
do this bullshit
Right.
because they ain't
Everything gonna
really
work
trying
out
to
just
do all
fine.
that.
It's gonna be
Yeah, it's
just
like
fine.
they're not really trying to do all
They
that to
ain't
us,
trying to do
but
all
they
that.
really are. You know
They
what I'm
No.
saying?
always
They
have.
really
Yeah.
are. It's a scary thought. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? And I know it's uncomfortable as shit, but it's
Mm-hmm.
real.
Right.
It's a real thing. You know?
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
I think that this generation X or Z, whatever the hell they are, I
Yeah,
can't keep up with
I
all
don't
them
know. Yeah,
damn
I don't even know
letters.
how that shit works.
Mm-hmm.
I think this happening was kind of a blessing in disguise.
I think it
And I'm
was
gonna
too.
use my son as an example.
Okay.
My son grew up in the suburbs. He's a Katrina baby. You
Mm-hmm.
know, he didn't get to grow up in New Orleans, so he
Mm-hmm.
always had white friends. He always went to school with white kids. He had in his mind that it wasn't like people can't be that racist.
Mm.
And that was something that I couldn't get out of him. And it's
Yeah,
hard
that
for
makes
me
sense.
when you trying to show him something from back in the day,
Yes.
or even with George Floyd, it just wasn't enough.
Mm-hmm.
But like now, with the way everything happening now, he's got a whole
It's in your
different
face.
mindset.
Yeah.
A
Can't help
lot of the
this.
people that are a lot of the people that I work with, they got a whole different mindset now. I mean, I'm just 56, but they be like, "Is this what you had to go through when you was growing up?" I was like, "No, it was more blatant back then."
Right. Thank you. Yeah, it was straightforward, right? My mom
Yeah,
said my
it
first little friend was white, and we called each other sisters and stuff. And somebody came and said, "Y'all can't be sisters because you black and she white." And I went running home. Right? You know, because it was just in your face. You know what I'm
you
Right.
saying?
know.
You know?
Now they believe me when I tell them that I grew up in an entire neighborhood that was black.
Right.
My
Right.
entire
Wow.
neighborhood was black. Like I didn't grow up around white people.
We did have those white people
I
that
didn't
lived
see
across the street from Mimi house though. They never came outside.
it. Yeah, they never
It was an
came
older
outside.
couple. I seen them like every now and again. And I used to, when I was small, I thought that was the bunkers. I thought that's where Edith and Archie Bunker lived. Like I was like, they live right across the street.
Yeah,
Exactly.
they never came outside.
Right, and it made sense because Edith and Archie Bunker was the only white people I felt like I knew. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
that makes sense. That makes sense. You know.
See, like this question, like this, what Rochelle just posted right here. Same thing. He used to get mad because we were so protective because we knew what was out there.
Yeah.
It just they couldn't see it, but now they can see it. Now they know it's real.
That becomes a dangerous game for us, though. Like as we trying to change and do things better for our kids, protecting like that's not real protection, which is part of what the initial clip was about, right? Because she's like, I want them to have hope, and he's like, no, I know what you mean about hope, but they need to know what's real, right?
Real, yeah.
And so I can't teach my children, you know, Dr. Umar, you know, I can't tell my kids like. Because I do tell my kids, okay, who you love is who you love, right? And if they're treating you well, they should treat you well. But don't you dare dismiss the power of the Black relationship. Don't you dare dismiss who we are. Don't you dare don't forget where we come from. Your white person or your Hispanic person, whoever else you with that's not Black, need to understand your Black experience, though. Right. They need to understand. You need to vet them. Like they need to be my friend as a white person. You have to be an ally. Not even an ally. I went to a training once. This lady said, I don't call them allies. I call them accomplices because you got to be in the shit with me.
Yeah.
Forget an ally. The ally is there by your side, but you might disappear. An accomplice is in the shit with you.
Right.
If shit going down, you going down with the cause. That's who I need as my friend. That's who I need as my partnerships, right?
Yeah, don't be my friend, and then when it get hot, now you done bailed on me.
Yeah,
you was never my friend to start off with.
It's like, man, I'm down with the niggas as soon as shit jump off. Bye bye, nigga.
Right. You seen the niggas over there?
But no, I mean, and that's why I want my trying to get my my son and his wife on here because she down. You know what I mean? Like she down. So and you know, it's always been that way though. Like high school, they've been together forever. But yeah, it's factual, and I think people mistake that. It's not a thing like because as Black people we don't. They think we play the race card. When we play the race card, your ass don't even know we playing the race card.
You don't even know we're doing it. Yeah.
If you say you're playing the race card, I can guarantee you I'm not playing the race card. But yeah, because it's important to remember who you are, especially with stuff like that, because they'll treat it like we're people. And I'm like, nah, you're kind of people. You know what I'm saying? I'm Black. You know, it's a different kind of treatment because even with Trump getting reelected,
right?
I saw how some white people who people I work with went from being regular. You know, I saw that change.
Now they have permission.
Right, because they feel like they have representation in a high office that says you don't have to be polite to this person like that no more. You know, nothing's gonna happen to you. You're not gonna get canceled or lose your job. But motherfuckers are still losing their job for that bullshit though. So don't be fooled, people.
Because America is a business.
Exactly.
That's why they losing their job. Think about it.
At the end of the day, baby, it's all about the business.
Exactly.
If you the senior vice president of Bank of America and you go out here calling Black people niggas and Mexicans spics and all of this, and you representing Bank of America, your ass is gone.
Because they understand the economic power that carries.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
My Black folks, my Hispanic folks, and my other folks, stop coming Bank of America, I lose money. Don't you offend them people.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
no offending people.
Nice
No.
to them.
Think about it. Have you seen Chase? You seen Chase or Bank of America or Capital One or Wells Fargo jumping on that? Oh, we getting rid of our DEI stuff. They ain't said a word.
They ain't said a word because they know we'll take whatever money we got.
Exactly. But it's
but
really
they do
like
have
only your
black-owned banks too, y'all. So check them out.
They what?
They got black-owned banks too.
Yeah, I was trying to.
One United is one of them, and Liberty. You know Liberty.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I know that Liberty. That Liberty Bank.
Liberty Bank.
Not to be confused with Liberty Insurance now.
Yeah.
But Liberty is only in at home. Huh? It's only in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rochelle said she's 25 before she learned that she said again, I was 25 before I learned I'm black. I'm a black woman. I'm black disabled. I'm a black disabled woman. You know.
And here's the rest of that.
I really didn't understand intersectionality, and we need to make sure we approach this within our community. Rochelle, you coming on a podcast, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rochelle, you on here.
Yeah.
Making all these great valid points
Yeah.
from afar.
It's all right. We're gonna do another show. We're gonna invite Rochelle on. You know, because but that's why she on my team though, right? Because that's how we operate over it. That's how we going to make the movements happen. And Rochelle is in education, right? But she cares about educating the educator, right? Working with the adults that work with the children, because the adults need to know how to educate the children in a way that is conducive for us.
Right, because I've seen that, you know, them BT years. I've seen some teachers run the playbook.
Yes, run the playbook.
Run the playbook. Yeah. They'll just stick to these are the rules.
Curriculum. These are the rules. That's it.
And I'm like, and I remember, you know, after Katrina, when I had to go back through the training.
Yeah.
I got to where we go to train. And then I walked in that room and I said, how y'all doing? I'm Brian Turner. I said, I've already done this shit. I said, so let me tell you, learn what you need to learn to get through this. I said, but when you get where you're going,
to the street. Thank you.
Exactly. When you get where you're going, you meet them where they at.
That's right.
Meet them where they at. I said, because this handbook that was written by people who know nothing about our dynamic we teaching,
bro,
cannot tell you how to teach these kids.
They can't.
I said, I can guarantee you, if you here, you give a damn. Because you give a damn, I guarantee you already know what to do.
You do.
Because you already been doing it in your regular
You've been doing it already. Yeah.
Yeah.
They give you this little guide, and that's great because we all need a template. That's great.
Right.
I
was like,
and it helped me a whole lot when I was pissed off with a kid. Right.
Yeah. Oh,
and I wanted to punch a kid in the throat. And
you're
like, I can't punch him in the throat. Let me use your system. Okay.
Exactly.
You know, right now what you're doing. Like, you know, so like it was necessary to keep your emotions in check, but we knew how to deal with our kids, right?
Yeah.
And all that. And we worked there because we love our kids.
Yep.
Right. I didn't know you went back through the training. They sent us back through the training too.
Yeah, after Katrina, when I went from home to the DC one, they ran me back through the training.
But they ran us
which
back
was a layout. It was a layout the second time. I was like,
oh yeah, absolutely.
Don't freak out.
They sent us back through it, you know, but you know, they were sending us through all kinds of madness. We were supposed to come up there by you too, and all that. That was so shady. We'll talk about that later. But that was such shady.
Yeah, you was supposed to come up.
Yeah, you was there. We was gonna run this down tonight.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. All of us in the household, like helping kids, like it would have been fire. It would have been fire. You know, and all that. Because eventually, like they got rid of us. And I promise you, I believe with all my heart, it's because we had a 97% positive exit rate.
Yeah.
We was helping the kids too much.
Yep.
Because of that too, like all of that is a system.
They can't make no money if they ain't staying in the system.
It's a revolving door. And it is. It's a revolving door. It's like a lot of the family teachers used to be like, Brian, I want Brian in my house. I want Brian in my house. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, right, I said, because I'm not going to one, it was no judgment, and I never was trying to be above you. That
That's right.
curriculum,
That's
that curriculum sounds like I'm above you.
I'm
You know
above
what I
you.
mean?
And
So
everybody trying to listen to you like that.
right, right. And like I say, I know who created the
thing. Yeah, we know who created it. Yeah.
Like just looking at your photograph. No, this
Yes, you know it.
here.
You know who it
Doesn't work
is,
here.
right?
It's inner city. You know?
Yes. Let's help these inner city youths.
Exactly. Our way. You know?
Yeah. So like, but you have to, and that reminds me, like this week I talked to one of the caseworkers that I from one of my CPS cases and all. And my plea to her at the end of the conversation was like, look, like we work within these systems that are meant for us to fail. You know it, you see it, you watching it. Don't participate.
Right.
Don't participate in that part of it. Like you joined this deal, like and lots of social workers and stuff come out of school, they go straight for like CPS or DFPS or whatever, because we feel like that's where you can help the most or whatever.
Right.
But that system is also a system as well, right? And the system ain't set up for us. It's set up against us. So what can you do in that position to help your people? Right. I know you got to follow the rules. Cool.
Right. Right. You want to keep your job. You got bills.
Job, right? But what can you do? Right. What part of wisdom can you impart upon a young mother? Right. How can you help them learn what they need to learn? Because part of what we did at BT too was when kids walked in the house, I'm like, what medicine you on? You don't know your medicine? You need to learn your medicine. You need to learn the side effects of your medicine. Is it helping? Is it not helping? Right. And teaching them that stuff, you have a right not to be on that medicine if it's not helping you or if it's harming you. Let's evaluate that the next couple of months and tell me what you want to do. Okay, let's go to the psychiatrist. I'm gonna sit here with you while you advocate for yourself and say, hey, I don't like how this medicine making me feel. Can we change it? Can we reduce it? And we started teaching them to advocate for themselves. No, they don't like that. Because next thing you know, you got a bunch of kids thinking for themselves and not on medicine, right? Or you're teaching them, don't cut up like that. Let's use these skills because you notice every time you cut up like that, I got to go write a report.
Right.
How come I got to write no report when you're doing good?
Right.
Okay, don't let these people make bank off of you because when you're 18, they're kicking you out and then they're going to come in with the next one that's high level because they make money the more severe you are. Calm that down and use these skills.
I used to tell them all the time. I was like, I said, hey, whenever that wild out started, I said, hey, don't do that, man. I said, because you know what you are? You $120 a day.
Thank you.
I said, that's what you are.
That's what you are.
I say, you want to throw that chair out the window? They don't care.
They don't care.
Nobody cares if you bust all the windows out. All
they
gonna do is repair.
All that.
Yep. I said, man, that'll be fixed. That'll be fixed before you come back home from Oak Hill Detention Center.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? I said, but you are $120 a day, bro. I said, so no. I said, listen to what I'm saying. You know what I mean? You gotta go beyond that. And it is my hope that we all begin to look beyond the system and see who we are as a people with the things we really want and the things that we really desire, not the things that they keep telling us that we want and the things that they telling us that we desire. You don't really want a goddamn Bugatti. You know what I'm saying? And if you want some 22s or 24s, go to Offer Up. Go to the damn used tire, man. They just same fucking rims. Rims have zero fucking value on the car. Pay $3,000 for it. That shit ain't worth $3 the next day. But we need to stop falling for the okie doke. We do need to band together in whatever ways that we can. Because like going back to the clip, like I understand what he was saying. Like we got dual citizenship, and I'm like, yeah, all that's dope. I can't afford that though.
But I can't.
You know what I'm saying? Right. I can't afford those kind of moves.
People who can, that's cool. But the rest of us, I just got my passport. You know what I'm saying? Like period. Just the passport and all that. But I ain't got them kind of funds to be jumping up and even going out of the country and all that. Right. So like, I'm
looking at him like you retired.
Thank you. Right.
I can see you got time to go to Sierra Leone, bro.
Exactly.
I got time to go to the grocery store.
Thank you. I'm trying to make it every day, right? And so because of that, what can I do at my level, right? And stuff. So who can I talk to within my business? Who can I help set their mind and their hearts free? You know, we on this podcast. Let's talk to the people. You know, let's band together as family. Let's get family back together and learn to, because every time something happens and we get together, we still the same family we always been.
Right.
Like nothing changes. We come and we hug and love on each other, all the things. The generation before us had lots of beef. Our generation don't have much beef.
Right.
That's true. We love,
That's true.
That's my people's. Right. And if I ain't talked to you yesterday or 10 years ago, you still my people's. Right. And I'm gonna treat you as such. And I ain't seen your babies, but they my babies too.
Yep.
Period. Right.
Yep.
You know, when my kids see, like, anytime my kids see you, that's my uncles right there, because I love my uncles, you know, like, but they ain't been around y'all. They don't know, y'all know y'all, right?
Right.
And all that, but family is family, right? Because we teach them family, right? And so, and that has value. You have to decide what's valuable for you. And if you take your mind, your heart and your mind and your spirit off of what's valuable to you, like, we are villages, we are, you know, the tribe. Right. And if you take your focus off of that, right, just like they taught us about, you know, they created a system where we had to put our kids out and don't take care of them and all that kind of stuff. That is not how we used to work. Right. You took care of the kids so they was truly able to do it on their own. Right. With all of the things. And if they need you, you got them.
Right.
But somewhere along, you know, of course, like you said, Jim Crow, all the, you know, welfare system, all that stuff or whatever, broke the family up so much that now we look at each other sideways all the time. Right. I can't even help a fellow sister because I'm jealous of her for whatever reason, whatever dumbass reason and shit like that. And so now I ain't helping that bitch. You know, so that's a breakup of our community, right? So yeah, I'm trying to get this bag. I ain't telling her nothing. Like, stop, I'm not gonna keep my stuff. Like, you a therapist and you want to come on the show? Come on, because we need all of us, right? And stuff. So it's like, in order to build our community, in order to get out of this dirt, in order to beat that system, we have to stick together. We have to do it together.
Right. And when we sharing that information, we need to, like, really share that information like we give a damn. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because I saw Roland Martin was talking about you know, and you know what's a shame? I don't even remember what he was talking about, because he spent so much time saying, you know, y'all need to really know about this. Y'all need to know what's going. And I'm like, why you? And I'm like, brother, it's your job to know that, because your platform says you need to know that. It's not my job to know that. True, the facts, everything the government does affects me, either positive or negative. But but I don't spend my day studying what the government is doing. You do.
You do.
Because you do. When you find out, let us know.
Let us know.
Don't reprimand us for not knowing. You know what I'm saying?
I know. Like, I know what clip that was.
Yeah. The weatherman knows what's going on, and the weather affects me. But it is not. That is not my day to day to be like, man, let me check these cloud coverage and the high is coming in. That's not. That's not my job. That is not my job. Like, we all have our part to play and thing. I hate them bougie ass niggas when they do that shit. Like, I know something. I always says, like, that's one of the worst things. And there's a separation between black people and niggas. And sometimes black people can act like niggas, and that is a nigga thing to do. It's like I need to be above you. Y'all need to know this. Y'all need to read about your government. No, I don't have time to do that, because I'm doing other shit. You know what I'm saying? I unsubscribe to his shit after I said that shit. Like, nigga, you done pissed me off. All you do is scream and yell all day any fucking way. You know what I'm saying?
Again, and that doesn't make sense, because now you're operating the same system of shame and fear and guilt. And you're like, don't try to shame me. Help me. As a therapist, there are things I know about the brain, behavior, all that stuff that I'm teaching people in therapy, right? Okay, this is how your brain works. This is how this works. Just like your boy with the dopamine, right? And all that stuff. So I'm gonna teach you how these things work. I'm not gonna shame you because you didn't know. Now that you know, this creates.
You're not supposed to know.
It's my job. My job is to know how that thing works, so that I can help you do the thing and all that. So, like, let's come up with some strategies on how we gonna use what we know now to change things. Right?
Yeah. I mean,
everybody has their part to play.
Play. Yeah. I mean, I can use, like, I'm in finance. I know stuff when I talk to these little young kids who get these loans. My boss, he don't watch this podcast, by the way. He and everybody else that's on his level have this mentality that you get the loan, I pay my bills, none of my bills are behind. You should be able to pay yours. And it's not the same. So when I get on the phone with these, especially the black borrowers that I have,
Yes.
a lot of them don't know, and they didn't jumped into loans that's way interest rates like 18%. They paying a house note to go to school. And when I'm talking to them, trying to educate them, refinancing, and they've asked like, why do you tell them all that? I said, didn't you tell me that I'm the educator? I'm supposed to educate our borrowers.
Right.
Come on.
And then they say, yeah. It's like, that's
But
what
not
I'm
like
doing.
that, Fred.
Right. Don't fuck the money up, Fred.
That's what I'm doing. I'm like, don't you want them? You don't want this loan to charge off and then go against us. Then our investors get pissed off, and then they say, screw this company. They're gonna leave. Hey, if I can show them how to do a refinance, we get paid. We get paid. Investors make money. Everybody's happy.
Everybody wins.
And you know that, and it's so crazy with that too, because if they made things like, especially like with stuff like loans, affordable, and without all that less weird ass interest, and that goddamn daily interest should be fucking illegal.
Oh my God.
But if they didn't run so many tricks trying to treat the loan game like the dope game, get as much as you can real fast, knowing they never gonna pay this shit off.
You never
know
gonna,
what I'm saying?
You
They
know
would
when
actually
I get this,
make more money.
Predatory. Yeah, you're gonna make more money in the long run if I keep the loan.
Yep.
I never understood that either.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Never.
Yeah.
You know. And in the
Yeah, because
system
the majority of your payments. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just saying that
I'm saying the majority of your payments go to interest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I see that. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's like shit. When I'm gonna get to the principle, I'm trying to get to the point of the matter here.
Right? Yeah.
You will get to the principle. You'll get to it after you done paid your loan in half. Then you can pay off the principal.
Then you can pay off.
Then at that point, I don't care. I don't care what you do with the loan at that point. I done made my money.
I done made all my money twice. Right.
Yep. So I don't hang around long.
I
don't hang around long.
Exactly. So like educating people and helping them to know, what they're getting into, because then you're making an educated decision. Because sometimes you still will get that loan because you need it. Right.
Right.
I'm
Situations happen.
Yeah. I'm fully aware. If my credit score is low, I'm gonna pay high interest. I walk in the place like that. I already know. I know exactly what I'm gonna pay higher interest. Let's see if we can work out on this monthly payment so I can maintain this shit. Right. Exactly. And all that. And they still be trying to fuck you out of that.
Right.
So like they just don't. They don't want to. They don't want to.
Yeah. And I mean, and I wish they would just say that. Be like, you know what? Fuck you. We don't want to make it convenient for you. We don't, and it's almost like saying we don't care if you pay it off or not.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like we don't care if you pay. You make one payment, because I got caught up in that. I bought a car.
Yeah.
That boy, they played me so hard, and I was going through a thing, so I wasn't really thinking straight at that time anyway.
That's how they get you too.
Yeah, fucking car note was $700 a month.
Ooh.
That lady said, just pay it for 2 months, and then you can refinance it. I said, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I was going through a thing. I paid that car note one time.
Yeah.
One fucking time. And it was like, and the lady called, she was like, you need to pay this car note or we gonna come and get this car. I said, well, first of all, ma'am, who the fuck you yelling at? Second of all, I'm not paying shit. Just like that. I said, come and get it. And she was like, you don't want it. It's gonna mess up your credit. I said, I don't give a fuck about that either. Obviously, come and get it. They ain't never fucking came and got that damn car.
Oh wow, because they don't really want the car back.
Nope.
No, they don't want the vehicle.
They don't want the
I tell
vehicle
people
back
that
because
all
the
the time.
vehicle ain't worth with the
It ain't
money they
worth
gonna
with-
make off it.
Yeah.
That's not the blue book. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I said what they want is that cash. So like,
Yep.
work with me.
Yep. And I told her, I said, and that's crazy too, because I was just about to make a payment, but you calling me in this
Oh my God,
disrespectful
that's happened
manner.
to me too.
Yeah, I said, so I'm gonna keep
I'm
my
like, nah, I'm
fucking
gonna keep
money,
my
and
since
you can
wanna
come and
talk
get
me
this
crazy.
fucking car. I said, I
Thank
don't give
you.
a shit.
I'm gonna use this $700 for something
Yep.
else.
Yes,
You
so
know?
stop fucking calling.
And all that. And
Yep.
you have to approach them in a certain way, because I have people now that will call, and now that I don't let myself get all emotional, because they, you know, because if you don't know, they'll get you all hype and
Right.
all that. And the people call like, your payment is late. I'm aware.
Mhm.
Would you like us to set up nothing? No, thank you. I'll pay you when
Yeah.
I get paid.
Yep.
Would you want us to we can do an auto draft? I don't do that anymore. Well, I said, you know, that really don't make sense. Why would I set up to pay something before I got the money in the bank? That don't
Right.
make sense. I said, then if you can't get it, then the bank gonna want to charge me money. You gonna want to charge me money, and I'm still gonna owe you. So that don't make sense. Well, we got a program. How much the program cost?
Right.
I hit them with all of it, and I was like, so because the last time I did the program, I basically paid what I owed by 1 month. You charged me that as a fee. So I
Right.
still owed the same amount. You just put it at the back of the loan, so that means you get the extra interest. Now I
Yep.
just keep paying it late and pay the late fee. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah. And I done told them, I was like, and they was like, well, you're gonna be late. I said, but y'all have late fees.
Yeah, y'all have late
Which
fees.
means you expect people to be late.
We late.
You're already ready
And
for
I've
that.
agreed to pay
Right.
the late fee.
Yeah.
You know, because Nate just did the same thing. She was all hype, excited. I need a car. And that lady talked her right out her drawers.
Yep.
You know what
That's
I'm
why
saying?
they
$600
give you
a
them
month.
keys. They be like,
Yep.
take these keys.
Take
This your
these
car.
keys. Yeah, go drive in it.
Yeah.
Feel good.
I don't
They
do
play
that
on
shit
your
no more.
emotions and your desperation.
Mhm.
Not no more.
Yep.
Not no more. You know what I'm saying? I got my little
Yeah.
Chevy Cruze out there. I'm just getting at the 3,000 mark that I'm gonna get him paid off. I'm like, we're gonna pay Craig off because he got a name.
Uh-huh.
So Craig the Cruise. So we're gonna pay Craig off. We're gonna fix Craig window. We're gonna get the engine back right, exactly like it need to be. And that Chevy gonna run till the wheels fall off.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna just
Yeah.
buy
Yep.
some more. I'm gonna buy some more wheels. That's what I'm gonna
Yep.
do. You know what I'm saying? So like this was a very intriguing conversation, guys.
Yeah, man. It
You
was.
know what I'm saying? Bringing it all the way home and all that. You know, and they say not ever again. My baby, she looking for $7,000 to $10,000 cars now. Totally.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's gonna get you where you gotta go back and forth. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? So we're
Yeah,
gonna
at
skip
the
our
end of the
commercial, but I
day.
am gonna show our Black History moment.
Yeah,
Because
go ahead.
Yeah, let's go.
caveat
Let's
for
go.
one of the future shows. So here we go.
Welcome to Black History X, where we uncover the stories that shaped our past, both the inspiring and the controversial. Today, we examine Reverend Dr. Charles Colcock Jones, a Presbyterian minister known as the Apostle to the Slaves. While he promoted Christianity among enslaved Africans, his teachings also reinforced the very system that oppressed them. Let's dive into 5 key facts about his legacy. Fact 1. The Apostle to the Slaves. Jones dedicated his life to converting enslaved Africans to Christianity, believing that religious education would make them more obedient to their enslavers. However, his version of Christianity emphasized submission rather than liberation. Fact 2. He wrote the blueprint for controlling enslaved people, 1842. His book, The Religious Instruction of the Negroes in the United States, became a manual for slave owners, teaching them how to use religion to control enslaved people. It argued that Christianity would make them better servants while keeping them in bondage. Fact 3. A slave owner who claimed to care. Despite preaching morality, Jones was a wealthy slave owner himself, proving that his religious mission was deeply tied to maintaining the system of slavery rather than uplifting black people. Fact 4. His teachings strengthened pro-slavery theology. Jones helped create a religious justification for slavery, arguing that it was a divine institution. His ideas were used by Southern churches to silence abolitionists and convince enslaved people that freedom was not God's will. Fact 5. A legacy of manipulation and control. While some praise him for increasing religious education, many historians see him as a manipulator who used faith as a tool of oppression. His teachings contributed to the idea that black people should stay in their place, an ideology that lingered long after slavery ended.
Pay attention.
For real. That is an interesting fact. I did not know about this
Yeah,
fella.
man. Yeah, man. I saw him when I was doing my research. Yeah, when I was doing my research, I
Fred called
saw
me
him.
Friday. He was like, "Let me tell you something."
And that's but it's not odd because we still see that today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Blacks for Trump. Blacks for Trump,
And I notice every time there's anybody who I usually would expect to get it. The people that don't get it are usually, religious Christians, are stuck in that same loop of that, right?
Right.
Because of course there's value in anything you give value to, right? So it's not that again. I love the Bible. The Bible is great. It has great stories in there and lots of life lessons and all that. So it's not that I don't believe in God, because I absolutely do. Like you say, Brian, I may not believe the way you believe.
Yep.
But I do believe, right? But I don't believe in anything that's going to cause bondage and take away freedom.
Right.
Nothing should do that.
Right.
Do that. Right. So on that note, we're gonna have another show about that. Next week, we're gonna talk about willful ignorance.
Goddamn willful ignorance, man. Yeah.
Make
sure y'all here for that. Don't be willfully ignorant and miss that.
Yes, don't be willfully. In the meantime, though, hold on to hope, because hope is alive.
Hope is alive. What that was, Jesse Jackson?
Yeah, keep hope alive.
That was just keep hope alive.
That's right. That's right. Damn it. So hope is very necessary in our community and in other communities, right? But we talking about us, so that's what I'm gonna talk about.
Right.
And so hold on to your hope, but remember, you need hope in action. We're not sitting around just waiting for something to happen. We're creating what we want to happen. We're galvanizing and do it in a way that you are able to. Nobody said you can't never go do this or that, whatever it is you need to do. Even when we did the boycotts, people said outright, if you have to use Walmart because you live in a rural area and that's the only way you get to eat or you get your supplies, then you do that, right? You don't have the capability to do that. But whatever other ways you can participate, then you participate, right? And stuff. So, and don't beat yourself up if you did use Amazon this week. Like, it is a process. It's a process. But I bet you didn't use Amazon as much as you would have used Amazon if you minded.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
So, still counts.
It still counts.
Yeah.
Every little
I didn't
counts.
use them at all.
And I did a great job too, right?
Yeah.
And I want to also remind people, when we boycott, don't just jump right back in because you're defeating the purpose.
Yeah.
Right? So if you didn't spend all week and then the next day after the boycott, you go and buy your whole list. Then
right. Yeah, you emptying your whole cart. I get this teapot now.
Still be mindful, because each time we do a thing, it's supposed to build the strength to continue to do the thing.
Right.
Yeah, right. And it's strategic. You hit one place. We did a great job with Target, right? And anybody that chose to go back to Target, that's on you. But you ain't got to tell me 2-3 times that you don't like me for me not to give you my money.
Exactly.
Right? So make good choices and don't hang around where you're tolerated. Hang around where you're celebrated. Right?
Amen.
So spend money in the places that take care of you. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's all there is to it.
Well, Shawnnell,
what?
Your makeup looks so good.
It
Well,
does.
thank you. Let me tell you who did it. Nene Senchel, who is my daughter and the owner and operator of the Essence of Serenity Salon. She does makeup. She is also starting a wedding planning service. So, like, if you want to get married, and we're looking out for Black people, because we like to do stuff different, right? She's doing that, right? But but you need your face. We have a service called the baby booty face, because you don't make your face soft like a
baby booty. But that's
you got to get your baby booty
soft.
That's soft.
And she's a traveling esthetician, so she come to you. Because we all about breaking those barriers, people. We trying to get to, like, you ain't got to, like, we got you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna post her Instagram and all that. So go to her page, check out us. If you want to watch the process of how this happened, we recorded that, so she gonna have it. The brown sugar.
The brown sugar experience. All right.
That's what the wedding planning service is.
The brown sugar experience. That's nice too. I like that.
You want to get remarried and celebrate? Same thing.
You better have some brown sugar experience.
Come on. How you want to do it, right? All kinds of packages. So do that. If you're looking for therapy and you looking for your blackness, you trying to figure yourself out and who you are and what place you have in the revolution, come and holler at Choosing Empowerment. We got lots of services, from therapy, we got coaching, we got Facebook groups, we got educators. You're educator and looking to be better at that. Come holler at Rochelle. She know what she's doing. And she's gonna empower you while you empower others. Right? So we all about that, y'all. Let's go. Right?
Right on.
All right. Y'all anything else to say about hope before we go?
Keep hope alive, people. Stay focused. Stay in the right lane. Don't fall for the okie doke. Don't let them tell you what you need, because you already know what you need. You see what time it is. And remember, hope is action. Hope is not sitting on your ass waiting on something to happen for you or to you. Well, it'll happen to you. It just won't be. It will happen to you if you don't do that. It won't be what you're hoping for, though.
I love that.
All right. Yeah. What Brian said, keep your hope, but don't sit on your hands doing nothing.
Yeah. Right. So hope means get off your ass and do something.
Hope means get off your ass and get to work.
So, and we hope to see y'all asses back here next Sunday.
Absolutely.
And what we talking about?
Willful ignorance.
Willful ignorance.
That's what we're talking about next week.
You just being ignorant just to be ignorant. You know it's wrong, but you still gonna do it anyway.
Don't do it. Don't do it. So we shall see y'all next week. We hope also that you like and share and subscribe. Please subscribe. Please, because y'all be watching the stuff, but y'all not subscribing. Yeah. I'm gonna need y'all to subscribe.
Make the commitment, damn it.
Make a commitment. You know what I'm saying? We're here for you, be here for us. I'm just saying. Exactly. Tell your friends.
We could be watching Yellowstone.
Yeah.
Subscribe, damn it.
So we shall see y'all next week, and fuck that bullshit.
Peace out.
Yes.